Welcome, my friend. Our practice today is focused on the health of our inner groin and our hips. Hip openers are a great way to help increase flexibility while improving both the quality of our physical and our mental well-being. Our hips are one of the areas we commonly carry and store stress in our body, so hip stretches are a great way to balance out any aches and pains from the day and help release or work through any stored emotions from past trauma. Have props nearby to help support your body throughout the practice. If you've been enjoying my yoga practices, I would truly appreciate you taking a moment to subscribe to my channel to help support my work and spreading free yoga love to all. With that said, I'll meet you seated on the mat. Let's make our way to lying on our back with our legs extended long. Once you're there, draw your right knee into your chest, flex your foot, and start to rock it side to side, massaging your hip joint. The next time you rock over to the right, take it as far over to the side as you comfortably can, and then just hold it there, gently drawing your knee down. Great. Let's release and extend your leg long, taking it over to the other side. So draw your left knee into your chest, flex your foot, and take that slow rock side to side. The next time you rock over to the left, we'll take it as far over there as you comfortably can, and then hold it there, gently drawing your knee down. Soften and lower your sole of foot to the mat. Bring your right sole of foot to the mat. We are taking reclined butterfly pose, so arms rest at your side and bring your soles of feet to kiss. Then let your knees gently open like a butterfly. Let gravity weigh your knees down. If this is too much on your inner groin, you can place pillows or a yoga block underneath your knees to help prop them up a little so you can still get a nice stretch sensation without the pain. You can play around with the distance of your heels from your body. Bring them closer to your body will deepen the stretch, while farther away will soften. And let's take 10 deep breaths here as you hold this pose. Breathing in and out your nose. With each exhalation you take, allow your hips to soften and knees fall open a little wider. Bring your hands to your legs to help lift them up. Knees come to center. Draw knees in towards your chest. Cross your ankles and grasp your toes or your feet to rock and roll a few times, massaging your spine. Next time you're at the top, go ahead and make your way towards the back of the mat. Come to hands and knees. Bring big toes and knees to kiss, and melt your torso through center for child's pose. Extend your arms long overhead, palms kiss the mat, forehead kisses the mat. And then we'll round forward. Align your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Let's tuck all 10 toes to slowly lift your knees off the mat and start to press your hips up for a downward facing dog. Draw your seat towards the space behind you. You can keep a slight bend in your knees if the back of your legs feel tight. We want to keep a nice long spine here. Glance forward between your palms to step your left leg forward. Then lower your back knee to the mat for low lunge. Stack your front knee over your ankle, not going past. On your next breath in, extend your fingertips to the sky. Let your hips sink into the pose. Feel a stretch in the front side of your right hip as you melt those hips into the pose. Now you can stay right here, or you have the option to tuck your back toe and press up to high lunge pose. Lift your gaze between your palms as fingertips reach back. As you do this, check in with your front knee. Make sure you keep a generous bend in it. If you stayed in low lunge, go ahead and tuck your toes and press up to high lunge. And then we'll straighten your front leg. Lower hands to your hips and turn both toes to the side of the mat. Make your feet pigeon toe by bringing your toes in and your heels out. Big breath in, circling your fingertips to the sky. And as you breathe out, hinge forward at your hips for a wide leg forward fold. Once you're at the bottom, clasp opposite elbows and just release your upper body, letting it weigh heavy. Crown of head towards the mat. Take 5 deep breaths here in our forward fold. Lower fingertips to the mat. We'll breathe in, lift halfway, finding a flat back. Lower belly firms up and in, engaging your core strength. And then let's extend your arms overhead so your arms are in line with your upper body. And then hold it there. Rise up. Hands to your hips and open your back toes to the back of the mat. Back foot pivots to lower your back knee to the mat for a low lunge on the second side. Go ahead and glance down to ensure that your front knee is stacked over your ankle. And on your next breath in, extend your fingertips to the sky. Feel your hips melt forward and down into the pose. Now you can stay right here, or you have the option to tuck your back toes and press up to our high lunge pose. Keep your hips and your shoulders square to the front of the mat. Lift your gaze between your palms as your fingertips reach back. If you stayed in low lunge, go ahead and tuck your toes and press up to high lunge, and then straighten the front leg. Lower hands to your hips and turn both your toes to the side of the mat once more. This time we'll bring your toes in and your heels out, so the opposite of what we did last time. Your hands to your thighs and slowly begin to bend into your knees as you lower your hips. Lower them as low as you comfortably can. Your hands gently apply pressure to open your legs a little wider. We'll hold it here for a few breath cycles. Go ahead and close your eyes and enjoy the sensations you're experiencing in this pose. Press into your heels to slowly rise up. Then let's heel toe your feet in to a little wider than hip distance. We're preparing for Malasana, our yogic squat. We'll keep our toes out and heels in for this one too. Then once you have it, go ahead and stand up nice and tall, and then hinge forward at your hips, lowering your fingertips to the mat. And then we'll slowly begin to lower our hips through center. Go ahead and adjust your feet if you need to as you lower. And then once you're ready, bring your hands to prayer at heart. Your elbows come to the inside of your thighs and gently press them open. If this is causing any pain or your heels pop up off the ground, you can take a yoga block and place it underneath your seat. Take whichever variation feels good in your body and helps promote a nice long spine. Then lift up through your heart. To release, bring fingertips in front and behind you to lower yourself to the mat. For a counter stretch, we'll bring your soles of feet to the mat about hip distance apart. Hands come behind you, and let's windshield wipe your knees over to one side. Take your gaze to the opposite side. Lift up to center, then lower your knees to the other side. Your gaze goes in the opposite direction of your knees. Lift up to center. Let's make our way to butterfly pose. So bring your soles of feet to kiss. Similar thoughts here as we shared earlier with using props under your knees if needed, and the distance between your heels and your body. Again, we want a nice long spine here, so if you're rounding forward, you can sit up on a pillow, maybe take your fingertips behind you to help prop yourself up, or you can even sit up against the wall. If you're good right here, just begin to hinge forward at your hips and keep a nice long spine as you hinge forward, letting your heart guide you. No rounding. Once you can't hinge forward anymore without rounding, go ahead and hold it right there. And then we'll start to take a slow sway over to the right and then over to the left, waving your spine, massaging your hips and opening your inner groin. Settle into center. Once you're at center, we'll rise up and we'll take another counter stretch. So make your way to hands and knees. Bring your knees in to kiss, and then fan your feet open, wider than hip distance, so you can sit back in between your shins. We want your heels near your hips. If sitting to the mat is too intense, go ahead and place a pillow or a block underneath your seat. Now you can stay right here sitting up tall, or you have the option to lower yourself back to your forearms. Or you can even lower a little bit farther and lower all the way to your back. If you are reclined, press down in your forearms to rise up. Then bring your fingertips to the mat in front of you to shift forward, and then sit off to the side of your feet. Or bring your soles of feet out in front of you. And let's do a quick core check-in. Long out in front of you, palms face up to the sky. On your exhale, let's lean back and then rise up. Exhale, lean back as far as you can without rounding, and then inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean back, spine nice and long. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean back, and then pause. And now with control, slowly lower yourself the rest of the way to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest, palms to your knees, and then open your knees side to side. Your palms will gently guide them out and down. Now you can stay here, or option to take happy baby pose by threading your arms through center to clasp the pinky toe side of your feet. Now flex your feet and then lift them up towards the sky. Hands will gently draw your feet down, lowering your knees down and close towards your armpits. Breathe into any areas of tightness you're feeling. Soften and lower your feet. And begin to draw big circles with each of your knees, releasing any tightness or tension we may have felt after happy baby. Switch directions of your circles. Bring both knees into your chest, arms wrap around, giving yourself a big old hug. If wrapping your arms around isn't accessible, you can just bring your hands to your knees and draw your knees into your chest. Take a slow rock side to side, massaging the space of your low back. Roll over to your right side and press yourself up, making your way to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Draw your shoulder heads up and back, lengthening up through your spine. Take a big, refreshing breath in through your nose, circling your fingertips up to the sky. Palms kiss at the top, and lower prayer to heart. Let's take a moment here to thank yourself for taking this time to take care of your body. Sending love and light to you and all beings. Namaste. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed the practice, throw the video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the latest yoga love released. From my heart to yours.